Back in Ramble 10, I talked about two pigeons setting up home in one of our trees. I've become a little obsessed with them.
It's the next morning, after talking about the pigeons, and I haven't seen the pigeons yet today. I've only been out, I don't know, about 5 minutes, but I haven't seen the pigeons arriving or going yet. There's a beautiful nest under construction. I'll try and pop a photo of that on, which looks smashing. And as I said, I'm very intrigued about how birds build nests, because it seems a Herculean task to even start. Well, that's the hardest bit, the starting it, isn't it? Once you've got a construction underway, I can see that a beak could be good for weaving more twigs, branches, whatever, through it, or pushing things into little crevices that block up drafts. Do birds feel the draft? I don't know. But yeah, it's that how they get it started with, how do you sort of make one twig stay on a tree? And obviously the pigeon's answer was to get one of them to sit on it. Will they come back? I don't know, because they didn't do enough drive-by checks, did they, of their new house, their new location? This is why you have to do... Good girl. That's Diamond doing a poo. This is why you have to check your new house that you're thinking of moving to, and you have to drive past it at all times of day and think, well, are their dogs constantly having a poo right by it? Which is what the pigeons have discovered. And I tried to be as unobtrusive as possible, but I think I maybe wasn't very obtrusive to them. But Diamond was fascinated with them, and Mischief was actually very, very agitated by them and barked at them. So maybe that put them off, so we won't be getting baby pigeons, maybe. I don't know. Or maybe they've gone to a supermarket, an unspecified supermarket this morning, to stock up on whatever birdseed. So will the pigeons be back? We'll see. And we now have news incoming on this breaking story. The pigeons have not gone. I've just seen a pigeon fly into the tree in the location of the nest. And Diamond saw it as well. She was right down there on the grass under the tree, and she was looking up. I don't know whether the pigeon was there. Can't remember, because it all happened quickly. But she was on the grass looking up at the tree, and then the pigeon either emerged or went back in. Can't remember. Oh, he's back. He's back with another stick. Yay, pigeon! Hashtag Team Pigeon. You build that nest, and you build it good. Oh, bless. This is nature in the raw, happening before our very ears, shall we say. Oh, bless him. Go on, you build your nest, darling. So yes, Mischief hasn't noticed. She's still head down sniffing for food I've scattered. Diamond was silent but very excited, ran back up this way and did a big loop of the patio. Yeah. So, yay, the pigeons are back. Well, in fact, yay, the pigeons are still here. They're not back because they never went away. It's the 31st of July, and my goodness, it's hot. It's about 27, I think. And Diamond and I are sat here in the shade. It's about 6:30 at night, but we are sat in the shade because it's just too hot to do anything else, and we have been inside it with the aircon on most of the day. But you have to pop outside for toilet breaks, don't you? And Diamond is in favour of leisurely toilet breaks, so I end up sitting outside or standing outside a large part of the day. And it's, for me today, it's too hot. I honestly prefer it when it's a bit drab and drizzly and cooler. Even though I moan then. I know I just moan, whatever the weather. I'm just a moaner. I'm one of life's complainers. It's a hobby. Leave me alone. If I'm miserable, just let me get on with it. But yes, it's it's not too bad if you can just sit in the shade, not do anything. But I'm not a sun worshipper. It's actually very nice. There's the dragonfly flying past, and there's birds all over the place, and beautiful sky. It's not all blue. It is a pretty blue, but there's lots of wispy clouds. It's very nice. But given the choice, I'd be inside in the aircon, I have to say. But I have to do what the dogs want. Even the pigeons have given up building that nest at the moment. They're having a siesta. So that's how hot it is.
It's the 1st of August and there's been a sad development. I just had for me, a horrible experience to do with the pigeon. And I went into the lounge and looked out, and I thought it was a pigeon with a sort of standing on another pigeon, sort of trying to bring it back to life. Or I thought it was our pigeons, and one had died, and the other one was trying to didn't understand and was trying to sort of make it interact. And then I realised it was actually a bird of prey standing on the pigeon. I think it was a buzzard standing on the pigeon and sort of pecking at it. And I didn't realise. I'd watched, 30 seconds a minute before I realised it was a buzzard. I think it was a buzzard. So I raced out as soon as I can. I'm only man 90, what a sight for the neighbours. I raced out as soon as I could, and the buzzard flew away quickly, and then the poor little pigeon was just lying there on its side with its legs sticking out underneath it, but useless. I don't know how injured it is. So Mr. Dogcast came out as well and carried it round under a tree and put it where the buzzards won't see it. So I'm just now waiting to see whether it's our pigeon who was building a tree in that nest. And then what happens to the poor mate of that pigeon who's waiting for them to build a nest for them. Oh, it's all just horrible, but I know they've got to eat, but it's upsetting. So we'll just see what happens. 4 hours later. I'm sitting in the garden and I can hear a pigeon cooing. I've tried to catch a recording of it, but it won't cooperate. As soon as I hit record, it goes quiet. So I can hear a pigeon cooing, but it's coming from the opposite side of the garden from where the nest is. I have heard a pigeon from that direction cooing, and it might be up in the tree, but I don't really want to go down and disturb it in case it's already lost its mate. And oh, I hope you heard that pigeon. Anyway, I can also hear a high-pitched noise, and I'm just hoping it's not the other pigeon in distress. But yeah, so I don't know anything yet about the pigeons. I haven't seen that pigeon come back to the tree. I never realised before how long it takes to make a nest. I assumed it was sort of, at most a day's work and it was done, but this had been going on or is going on for, I don't know, 3 or 4 days now. Just tirelessly going out, finding the right twig, bringing it back, putting it in the nest, going off to find another one. Must be exhausting. So I just hope that our little nest-building pigeon will be back soon. And he's okay. I think they're all okay, obviously, but I know they can't all be okay because some of them have got to eat each other to survive, and it's a horrible thought. And I wish I could just say to them all, look, I will get some birdseed, and you can all just sit down and eat birdseed together. And I know how unrealistic that is, but that's how I would write it. One of the pigeons is back. We've seen one pigeon and it's landed on the little roost it lands on and then flown into the tree with a twig several times, but I've only seen one pigeon. So I don't know whether we still have a pair or the other one's sitting in another nest somewhere, but we still have the one pigeon that keeps flying in with twigs. So we still have one pigeon. Yay! Okay, so now I have a new problem. What can I offer that's more exciting than a pigeon flying in and out of the garden with sticks that they sometimes drop, and then Diamond can have the stick? So what can I have that's possibly more exciting than that
to tempt her back into their house? Not much. Okay, it turned out I didn't have to do very much at all. I just got the slow feeder thing that we've got, which was still full of dry food that she'd been playing with all afternoon, and I sort of shook it excitedly and said woo woo, and made other various embarrassing, exciting noises, and she just ran straight in. So it was much easier than I thought. Maybe the pigeon wasn't as enticing as I thought. I don't know. Or she'd watched it long enough, or perhaps she was still very hungry. I don't know. But there you go. It was easier than I thought.
This has been the inane ramblings of a puppy owner with Julie Hill, and sometimes with Diamond the Papillon, and often with Mischief the German Spitzklein. You can find our regular podcasts at dogcastradio.com. And if you have a dog, whatever you're going through with your dog, I'd love to hear from you.